These oxygen bubbles are nice and all, but I could just stay down here all day puffing on these pufferfish. Let's take a dive underneath Fossil Island. I have my fishbowl and diving apparatus on, but you do not need these at all. I would recommend some flippers, first and foremost, full graceful, and a bunch of stamina potions. Your diving equipment is not welcome in this area, so oxygen bubbles and pufferfish are going to be your best friends here. Underwater thieving and agility functions sort of like the old Brimhaven agility. The first time you go in there and try to actually loot something, it's going to tell you, oops, you can't get this one, but now you got it started, so you have to just sit and wait for the location to change. The objective here is to follow the giant blinking arrows on your screen and just spam click the crap out of the chests and the clams. You're going to fail a lot, unless of course you're watching this during leagues, in which case you're never going to fail and you're going to get a crazy XP rate. And this does scale very intensely with your levels. I went ahead and played through this for a half hour at 76 agility and 77 thieving, and this is how much XP I got. About 15,000 agility and about 60,000 thieving is what I would have gotten in 1 hour. The wiki says you can get 38,800 agility and 420,000 thieving XP an hour at level 99. And again, on leagues, you're going to get an XP multiplier, and you're also not going to be failing whenever you're doing this. You fail a lot. Look at this. I'm just failing over and over and over. So the XP rates you're going to be getting here are insane. There's one major caveat to that, and that is flippers make you run underwater. The entire time I played through this on the main game, I was using the flippers. That's kind of the norm here, but you can only get those in Asgarnia. If you're missing out on that, I heard one of the JMods talking about practicing this, and they said you lose about 3 times the XP. But their lowest number was still like 2 million or something insane. So don't get too discouraged. Now, the main things you need to learn while playing this is that you are not going to be able to go to every single spot. That is just not going to happen. Again, kind of like Brimhaven, there's some where it's just really hard to get the timing right and actually get to every single thing. But here, you have oxygen level, which is constantly going down. The only way to get it back up is with the little bubbles you see, or by snatching up pufferfish, which you can keep in your inventory and use at any time. Now, you really need to learn when to not go somewhere, when something is too far away and you should just sit and get some air. Having restraint on here will get you a long way. It's kind of like in a boss fight, knowing when you're allowed to eat. And another immensely important thing is learn how to use the map. There's a tunnel system that takes you all over it. All you have to do is click on the globe and look at them, and you can always cross-reference them and see exactly how to navigate. Once you've gotten a little more comfortable, you'll probably start to notice that some of the chests actually just have oxygen bubbles on them already, and getting a good idea of when you're going to be going over to those will let you know when you need to stop and get oxygen, or when you can allow yourself to get really low and then replenish while you're looting. And then knowing when to be greedy or not greedy with the pufferfish can get you really far as well. Here I have 3 different chests that basically just went back to back to back all around in the same spot. And I fortunately had saved up some of the pufferfish from before. I didn't waste them trying to get to a spot that was too far away. And I was able to completely loot all 3 of them because I had 4 little pockets of oxygen on my person and in my inventory. Once you've had your fill of collecting, you can head on back to the start, and that's where the shop and the training are. The shop has an item to help you do the minigame more efficiently, and they also sell fossils, so this doesn't just give agility and thieving XP, it also can give XP lamps in whatever you want. And of course, you can get agility XP, thieving XP, or both, and a lot of it. For any of you out there playing the main game, or who happen to have picked Asgarnia, I'm going to show you how to get flippers and dramatically increase the XP you get here. We need to start by doing a mini quest called Skippy and the Mogres, and I'm going to grab some stuff for that. So first off, you want to head to any general store, is basically going to have what you need here. And you are going to need to buy a bowl and a bucket. While you're at your favorite general store, you should also pick up a second bucket because we need to get some milk. And I didn't forget to do this. I'm definitely not editing this in out of sequence. And then you can head right on back to a water source in Lumbridge. We just need a bucket. I'm actually going to fill up both the bowl and the bucket with water. We need 2 of those. And then we can go to the next place. Now, if we go right next to the Wizard's Tower, which is to the east of Draenor, or to the southwest of Lumbridge, ideally, these will still be here. There might be people picking these up, so you may not be able to get the leather gloves here, but we are going to need some gloves, so I'm going to go ahead and take these. But I'll show you some shops that have them, but this is just like more in the route. All right, straight up just from the Varrock teleport, you want to go into here and you want to buy some stuff. And right here are some leather gloves that you can buy if you were not able to pick them up off the ground. And then if you did have to go this way, then I would go ahead and probably just continue moving all the way to Edgeville for our next item. Also, make sure you have a Draymond staff with you. You should be getting one. And now we need to go pick some special leaves. There should be a bunch of them right here. So you shouldn't be having to fight anyone. There is another spawn that only has 1 at Varrock, but it's next to Dark Mages, which might kill you. And there's only 1 spawn. So I wouldn't go there. Personally, I would go here, or I'm going to show you another one. But if you did end up going this way, let me show you how to get back to where we want to go, because it's very close. This fairy ring right here, you can configure it and go to the Wizard's Tower, which is right next to Draenor, which will get you back to the very first spawn I showed you with the gloves. And this, where the Wizard's Tower is. Now, if you were able to pick up those leather gloves, guess what? You are saving a bunch of time, because right here, there are a ton of these to pick up. We want to continue moving, and we're going to go to Port Sarim. If you would like to pick up some combat gear to actually try to get the flippers, this is a great opportunity to do so. Now, unfortunately, you do need to have 32 Slayer to be doing this. You can go ahead and do the mini quests without that, but you do need 32 Slayer to actually fight them. And then once you're geared up, we actually need to go talk to the Slayer Master as well. And we need to buy fishing explosives. We're going to be blowing up some stuff. Now, these do cost 100 gold each, so you're not going to be able to go too crazy with them early on. I mean, you might not have 32 Slayer early on. Now, you are going to need Asgarnia unlocked. Hopefully, you aren't just figuring that out now that you're supposed to have Asgarnia, because you're not going to be able to do any of the next stuff. Even if you source these items without Asgarnia, you have to actually be able to step foot past this wall here to be able to do the mini quest and get the items that we're going for. To the south of Valador, to the west of Draenor, or to the north of Port Sarim. There's a lot of different ways to get here, but we have a cow we want to visit. I don't know if you guys know this, but they used to not have special dairy cows. You used to be able to milk any of the cows that got attacked, or some of the cows that got attacked. Anyway, you used to be able to fight these guys, and no one could ever get milk, and it was a horrible time. But once you get this milk, we are good to go to the next step. Also, I did mess up. I forgot the milk. We are the southwest of Valador. That right there is the actual walls of Valador. This part might be a tiny bit dangerous depending on what your combat level is, so you might need to bring food. You might want to hop around worlds to avoid the level 28 hobgoblins, but we do need a snape grass, and this is going to be by far one of the easiest ways to go ahead and pick one up, especially only with one region. And we're going to want to head over to the port to the east now. And now we want to go to the food store. There are actually some item spawns for what we're going for. There's one in Zenaris, but there's only one spawn. I don't think a lot of people are going to be doing this, but I didn't want to chance it. I figured I'd just go ahead and show you guys where you can actually get one of these. And now we can go to this range right here and actually go ahead and use this on this, make ourselves a nice little weird water. And whenever we use it on the range, you can also probably just click on the range. We're actually going to make some tea. And now we have one more thing we need to do. Part of the plan that I've planned out very meticulously is that we need to go down here and we need to talk to these traders. And we need to purchase a knife from them. You could have picked up a knife whenever you went to the general store. Some would say maybe that makes more sense. But I say no. We want to, support the local economy here in Port Sarim. And we're going to use this knife on the chocolate bar. And that's exactly what I wanted to do from the beginning. You definitely shouldn't pick one up from the general store. I didn't make a mistake. And, let's just not talk about that anymore. Let's go ahead and go talk to Skippy, and we can actually do this mini quest now. And Skippy is not looking good. But we have a magic cure for him. We need to right click, sober up on him, and we are just going to lay it on him. All right, so now we need to use the chocolate dust on the bucket of milk that I have always had, and we need to use the snape grass on the chalky milk. And now we have a hangover cure that looks really gross. I don't think I ever want to drink that. Please get that away from me. But it works. So, if I was desperate enough, probably. If you would like to pick up some combat gear to actually try to get the flippers, this is a great opportunity to do so. Now, unfortunately, you do need to have 32 Slayer to be doing this. You can go ahead and do the side quest, or you can go ahead and do the mini quest without that, but you do need 32 Slayer to actually fight them. And now if we just head on south, there is a signpost for us to read here, and it says, Mud Skipper Point. Warning, beware of the mud skippers. And now you can throw a fishing explosive in the spot. And here we go. You just smack these guys. And just keep doing this until you get some flippers. Nice. Dude, everyone's so friendly. Everyone always comes over here and they're like, I've never fought these things. What's this guy doing? Oh, and I got it. Oh, he gave me the good luck. And that's how you get the flippers. That's how you play the game. And that's how you get a crazy amount of XP in leagues. I would love to hear some of the XP rates you guys are getting in the comments below. And I would also love it if you would subscribe. If you are here for leagues, if that's why you're watching the tutorial, I am posting every day. So if you want some sick strategies, well, guess what? I might have some stuff cooking up for you. And if you're watching this after leagues just to learn how to do the skilling stuff, good on you. You like things that are different. I can appreciate that. Try not to break your mouse or your hand. There's a lot of clicking. But no matter why you came here, thank you so much for watching this video. And until the next one, take care. Goodbye.